Okay, all right. So in this video, I'm going to teach you guys how to dribble. I'm literally about to put you guys on game. Now, I'm not Stezo dribbling where I'm doing all this crazy stuff, but I'm definitely stringing along combos. Certain things that you don't see too many people do, like that walk back right there. Um, and I definitely think a lot of people overthink it. This isn't Mortal Kombat. You don't have to string together the craziest combos. I'm going to show you my SIGs, the things that I do and think about while I'm doing it. And we're just going to have fun with this video. The first thing I want to talk about is the walk back. Now, it's fairly simple. You just hold down on the left stick, no R2 or RT, and all you do is flick up on the right stick while still holding down on the left stick. You have to hold down on the left stick first and then flick up on the right stick. And depending on your animations, you might get a little caught up in them. So for example, right here, I'm doing the combo breakdown, which is, I have Paul George on. I'm still messing with everything. But with the combo breakdowns, you get caught in the animation. So you have to wait a second for it to kind of finish whatever your last input is. That's that tricky timing part. It's really not that complicated, I promise you. And this is a move that a lot of you guys need to add into your bag. Now, there is a lot to talk about. Like, for example, you can chain different animations together with your SIGs. You don't always have to do the same thing. And one thing I really, really love about this 2K is uh, don't really listen to everybody's input on what the best SIGs are. Of course, there's going to be things easier to use, but you'll see later on that even with me messing around, there's certain things that I had realized with like the Chris Paul behind the back. You know, you don't see a whole bunch of people use that. We'll talk about that later on, but just keep that in mind. Experiment. That's the number one thing I need you guys to take away from this video. If you want to copy and paste my SIGs, that is completely fine. I promise you, they're not all meta. Okay, I'm still trying to figure it out. I don't really care for meta playstyles. I'm here to kind of create my own thing. All right, so now that we got the walk back and all the other things out of the way, the one thing I want you guys to notice is how many times I start my moves in the triple threat. This is really important. You can gain so much information on the defender. Just hitting a jab or two, you'll see me do the half spin behind the back into the escape move that you just saw right there. That's how I blew right past him. But after the escape move, I'll hit my step back and it gets me open quite a bit. This, I'm doing the double behind the back. That's pretty comp. Okay, you're not going to see so many people use it effectively, especially because of the bump steals. But you know what you're doing, you'll get open quite a bit. Now, I know there's going to be people asking how I do this half spin. It's very simple, okay? So depending on which way you're jabbing, since I was jabbing left, I use the right stick. I start at the bottom and I do a half circle clockwise. That's because I am jabbing left. You see how my body is shifted to the left side? Now, if you're jabbing to the right, same concept, but you do it counterclockwise. You start with the right stick at the bottom and you rotate it counterclockwise till 12 o'clock. So always start at 6 and then you just, you know, rotate your stick halfway. And that's how you end up doing it. And you can chain things off of that. Now, one thing I want to show you guys that's really, really good here is I get a little bit of space and I hit that crossover right there, which allows me to get that burst of speed to run to the rim. Now, this move right here you're about to see, I know a lot of you guys know this. It's just you hold R2 or RT and you flick up. I had Jordan Poole on here. That was the move that you had just saw. Hit the step back to the explosive behind the back. Now, this is a very good move. I am messing around with the combo breakdowns. Okay, I know I said that earlier, but this is the combo breakdown, I promise you, okay? I'm still messing with them. The one you'll see me use quite a bit is Buddy Healed, which I don't know how I feel about it. It does have its advantages. Again, we'll talk about that in 1 second. Now, what makes this move really good, it doesn't even have to be the Jordan Poole one, is the fact that you can dribble and sprint out of it instantly. So you can let the animation play out and at any time sprint the opposite way, sprint the same way, do a step back, do a behind the back. The moves that I've realized that you can't do that off of is the go-to shot. Okay, you can only sprint out of the go-to shot. You can't dribble out of it, but it's still very important to use that move. And then the signature size up is something that you kind of have to watch the animation and let it, again, finish in order to do other combos. Now, this right here is where I use the combo breakdown combo. It's the same thing. I just say I like combo breakdown. It sounds better, but I use it right here into the Chris Paul behind the back. Now, as you saw, the Chris Paul behind the back gave me that extra little hesitation move, and it's really useful, dude. I'm telling you. And being able to sprint right or left right out of it, That's really good. You can hit your hesitation and do the explosive. You really do have to read the room. But the one thing I want to point out is the buddy healed thing. So it's really good if you're just over the 3-point line because it instantly puts you behind the 3-point line and you can just shoot it. And so many people expect you to shoot it after the step back. So having a move that, gets you a little bit of space instantly is amazing to have. Next thing is the Chris Paul behind the back. Now, I don't use this much anymore. I do use the Kobe White one. The Kobe White creates a lot of space. But again, this Chris Paul one is great. I'm going to mess around with my combos again. But that little hesitation move right there can create so much space. I know it looks slow, but you can use that towards your advantage, freeze the opponent. You can shoot off of it because nobody's expecting a hesitation immediately after that. And it's a part of the animation. So if you just do the snatch back and then flick down again, you'll get that move and then just wait. And again, you can cancel out of it too. You don't even have to do the full animation. So keep that in mind when you're looking through your combo moves. Another thing to add is notice how I hit my breakdown combo right here to kind of create some space so I'm able to do the behind the back. Now I do this snatch while holding R2, you flick down, you still hold R2, you don't let go and you flick down again, and that's how you get the behind the back like that. And also depending on the behind the back, of course, it will change your explosive. So you do kind of want an explosive that does create some space because if it's one that just launches you forward, you're going to end up running into the opponent and you're going to lose the ball. Now, with all the meta builds coming to light right now, people creating 92 perimeters, that's one thing I do wish I changed about my build. So if you're curious about my build, just know that you can make it better. I maybe post my build for right now, but I wanted a 99 dunk, which definitely takes away for some attributes. But I'm turning it into an old head, guys. I want to have fun doing that. I had fun last year with my 99 dunk. But I do feel like Blur is kind of insanely OP because you can have like a 93 dunk and do the exact same thing I'm doing. You get contacts and all these things, and the meter is always full. I do think there needs to be a requirement in order to use Blur. If they're going to keep the dunk bar completely full, maybe it's, again, biased because I do have a 99 dunk. But for somebody to not have as high as a dunk and still be able to do the exact same things I'm doing just feels like it takes away from the 99 attribute. All right, there's only a couple more things to talk about, and that is your go-to shot, which that is what you just saw right there. That's the one you can only sprint out of. But depending on your animation, you can get some really, really good ones. As you can see, this dude gets absolutely destroyed. Again, he was a purple plate, so this dude definitely be playing the game, But you gotta figure the animations out. If you want to try mine to kind of get the gist of it, I totally understand it. Now, to do the go-to shot, all you do is you hold up on the right stick for just a second. You'll kind of see yourself starting to chain these animations together. You can shoot out of it too if you just hold it long enough and then release it at a good time. Again, midis being insanely broken this year, you can definitely take advantage of that. So use your go-to shot, sprint for a second, do the behind the back. I'm pretty sure I have a clip of that exact same thing. I'll show you guys here. Okay, so now this one's a little bit trickier. So I'm going to walk you guys through. Hit the jab step. Right, I do my escape move right here into my go-to shot. I sprint the same way. I stop, let go of everything, and then I hold R2, diagonal down left for this instance. And that's what gave me the behind the back. That's the Kobe White one. As you can see, it did create a lot of space, and I was wide open. Now, they kind of chain a lot of the things I was talking about together. As you can see, I do the half spin behind the back into the behind the back. I do the snatch right there, or the step back, into my go-to shot. I let the animation play out because he's really close. Escape move behind the back. I sprint the opposite way. I know midis are broken, but this is a good shot. It's not contested. That's what I have a lot of problems with, is these people taking what I would like to think I'm playing good defense on, and they're just wide open shots. That's kind of crazy to me, but yeah, so chaining them together might take you guys a second, but it's really, really not hard, I promise you guys, and you will figure it out. Now, of course, the last thing I got for you guys is the hop jumper. This is definitely a must-have. You can shoot off of it, you could dribble out of it, and you could sprint out of it. Again, one of those things where you have to kind of wait for the animation to complete, but I mean, dude, this move will get you open. It snaps ankles. I use Zach LaVine. Again, I'll show you all my SIGs here in a second. But add this. Again, you don't have to shoot off of it. There are certain animations where you're not able to dribble, so kind of mess around with that. That is something I'm still going to do. but make sure you add that to your game as well. And here you guys are. These are the SIGs I use. Again, try different ones. As you can see, I bought quite a few to kind of mess around with. And with VC being very expensive every single year, upgrading your player is always the first thing that you should do. As soon as you get that ball handle up, though, make sure you get the moves that you're able to equip.